What's good with y'all boys, man? Y'all been, man? Today, this video is gonna be for my gamers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know all the games we got coming out this year. We got, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I thought it was gonna be Budokai Tenkaichi 4, but they changed the name. That's coming out in like a couple months. We got Black Ops 6, we got GTA 6 on the way. You know what I'm saying? We got, the NCAA game just came out. We got a lot of games to look forward to this year. One of the games that I mentioned that's coming out this year is Black Ops 6. So, and that's a new Treyarch game. And some people are hyped for it. Me, I'm not going to get my hopes too high, but I'm definitely going to look into it when it comes out. But since that game is coming out this year, I want to take it back to 2020, the last time Treyarch dropped the Call of Duty game, and just look back and review and show appreciation for the game that they dropped, which is Black Ops Call of Duty Cold War. This game was coming out. It was right after the peak hype of Call of Duty Warzone. Modern Warfare 2019, people really loved that game, you know what I'm saying? Especially the search and destroy community. And Warzone was just, everybody was on Warzone. Warzone took over, you know what I mean? Warzone was on like Fortnite's level type shit, you know what I mean? The Modern Warfare 2019 being this, realistic-y type game, Cold War came right after that, and it was more arcadey. It was more of the old style more of the old school type Call of Duty style. You know what I mean? Everything's more fast paced. The maps are more simple, 3-lane, etc. The issue with Cold War when it came out was it was just unfinished, completely unfinished. I mean, the amount of problems that game came out with and the amount of content that the game lacked when it came out was just it doesn't make any sense, man. It actually blows my mind to look back at it now. I mean, the game came out and it had like maybe 7 maps, multiplayer maps, and 1 zombies map. You know what I'm saying? And that 1 zombies map, we had that 1 zombies map for a good like 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bad, man. And then on top of that, the bugs, the crashes. Don't even get me started on how much Call of Duty Cold War used to crash within the first couple months of it being out. The bugs, the hit detection was horrible. You know what I'm saying? The lag, you feel me? We haven't even gotten to like the true gameplay yet. But especially if you had an Xbox One or a PS4 at the time when Cold War came out, which most people did, because mind you, it was 2020. It was pretty hard to get a PS5 at the time. Not so much for a Series X though. But they were still new. They had just came out, so people still had Xboxes, PS4s. And man, Cold War performed absolutely terrible on those consoles. Like, I mean, I'm telling you from first-hand experience, the hit detection would be so delayed on it. You know what I'm saying? It would lag so much. The graphics were horrible. Maps wouldn't load in. You know what I'm saying? It felt like you would be like behind everyone else. You know what I'm saying? It just looked, at times it would look like a PS2 game, honestly. I'm not going to talk about campaign because I have not played Call of Duty Cold War's campaign. I have not played a Call of Duty campaign since maybe about Black Ops 3. Let me know if I'm missing out, but that's just me. But as far as gameplay goes for the multiplayer, when Cold War first came out, it was absolutely horrible. You know what I mean? I remember when the game first came out, the AUG and the M16 were just running through everything. 3-round burst was crazy. You know, it felt like you would just die in one bullet, like in an instant. Felt like a sniper was just hitting you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the latency, the hit detections were just completely off, like completely screwed for a good amount of the time that Cold War was out. And when Cold War came out, remember, it came out right after Modern Warfare 2019, which a lot of people's main issue with Modern Warfare 2019 was camping. People hated the camping in Modern Warfare 2019 because of loud footsteps, the way the maps were set up, the claymores, restock, etc. Slow movement, the clunky movement, all of it together just encouraged people to camp in Modern Warfare 2019. The thing with Cold War is, when we all came to Cold War, we were expecting old school, back to, rushing. Camping will always be a part of Call of Duty, but we were expecting, a balance. And for the most part, in the beginning of Cold War's life cycle, it wasn't really no balance. I experienced a lot of camping for the first maybe 4 months of Cold War. And why? Because, guns like the M16 and the AUG and snipers as well. I mean, snipers had no flinch. You shoot somebody and they're aiming the sniper at you and you hit them with bullets, they don't flinch. It doesn't waver, you know what I mean? So they could lock in right on you, and that was really overpowered. And, Cold War had a lot of head glitches, the way the maps were set up, the field mics. I mean, footsteps were still loud in Cold War, but they gave you a dead silence perk. But for whatever reason, camping was still a big issue early out in Cold War, and a lot of people did not like that. And it's crazy, I'm talking about all this, and I still haven't even gotten to the biggest issue and the biggest reason why Cold War failed when it first came out, and that is skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking was huge and at its peak when Cold War first came out. That was all I was hearing about. That's all I could hear people talk about, was the strict, intense skill-based matchmaking, and you felt it. You really did. When you played Call of Duty Cold War, I'm telling you, you have a good game, that next game, you're gonna be going like 4 for 20. You're gonna be facing like level 1000s. They're gonna be trick shotting your ass. They're gonna be, slide canceling, doing 360s. You finna get tortured, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like an endless cycle. It's like you could feel the game playing or toying with you, because it was just a cycle. You never had 5 good games in a row. Never. It would always just be one good game. Next game you do completely horrible. The game after that you do completely horrible again. And then right after that, you go to doing good for one game. And then the cycle just continued. You know what I'm saying? It felt like the game would play with you. And I would even go as far as to say the game would like mess with your damage, or the game would mess with your hit detection when you would do good. Like, I have plenty clips from back in the day. I still don't have them, but I remember I took plenty clips of instances where I'm just shooting at somebody and it's like my bullets aren't rendering at all, like whatsoever. The hit detection is just not working, or the damage will be inconsistent. I shoot somebody chest up, with an AUG, M16, a sniper, and it's just a hit marker. It's like I shot them in the foot or something. It would just be inconsistent, and I felt like that was the skill-based matchmaking, playing and toying with your experience. And this turned a lot of people away from Call of Duty Cold War because you felt it. I mean, it's not like it was hidden. I mean, you really felt it every time you played it, and it was annoying and frustrating, especially for, people who, I mean, we play Call of Duty to dominate, you know what I'm saying? We play Call of Duty to, get kill streaks, drop 50 kills, you know what I'm saying? We're not really thinking. Call of Duty is not a game you think critically of. And, you put the skill-based matchmaking in, and you do good for one game, but then the next 4 games you do bad. I mean, nobody really wants to play that, especially when you feel like it's not even in your control. Before I get back on the multiplayer, I want to move over to zombies a little bit. I actually enjoyed Cold War Zombies. I really did. It was fun. It was fun grinding the camos. I mean, they just did a good job with Cold War Zombies. It was fun, but the thing is, they had no content at all for the zombies. I mean, like I said earlier, we had that one map. It wasn't even a big map. It's not like it was Origins or something. You know what I'm saying? It was just a regular map. We had that one map for a good 3-4 months. And then we got another map after that. And then we wait another 3 months. Then we got another map. Cold War only had like 4 zombies maps, which is insane. They put no work into the zombies. The zombies had a lot of potential. They just didn't pay any attention to it. Now, I know I've been bashing on the game for most of the video. I'm just letting you know the problems and issues with the game when it came out, and what strayed a lot of people away from the game, and why a lot of people hated the game. Including me when it first came out. I still played it, but the game had a lot of issues. But I will say, I did enjoy grinding camos. They did a good job on the camos. It was definitely way funner and way less tedious than Modern Warfare 2019. Grinding Dark Matter Ultra was honestly a fun experience for me. They gave you modes like Ground War to make it funner. Grinding camos on zombies was fun as well. I think that was the first time that you could grind camos on zombies. That was fun. It was hella time consuming, but it was fun. Because, I mean, like I said, the gameplay on the zombies was fun. They just didn't drop any DLC or content for zombies. Cold War also had really fun, like, little game modes, like prop hunt, sticks and stones, gunfight, snipers only. Cold War had a lot of fun, mini games. They also have like these mini arcade games. I believe when you go into like the locker bundle or something like that, it's like cool little arcade 80s type games. That was fun. That was a little fun addition too. Now, what made Cold War better throughout the months for me is honestly just them dropping more content. That was literally it. Dropping more maps, dropping more guns, adding more variety to the game, and balancing out the weapons. Cold War went through a lot of weapon balancing, a lot of weapon changes throughout the life cycle. The M16 and the AUG aren't nearly as overpowered as they were when the game first came out, and so are snipers. You play the game now and everything seems well balanced, but it wasn't like that for the first 6 months of the game being out. You know what I mean? And that's all it takes for people to get up and leave the game. So with Cold War dropping more maps and balancing more weapons, it made the game feel more balanced and not feel like a camp fest, because that's honestly what Cold War felt like for majority of the time. When it first came out, it felt like a camp fest, but throughout the times and updates of the game, it started to feel more balanced, and you started to have more variety, more content. You know what I mean? It's more to look forward to in the game. besides seeing the same thing, the same weapons, the same maps, every game. Mind you, Cold War did have a battle pass. I believe this was the second Call of Duty to have a battle pass. I think Modern Warfare 2019 was the first one to have a battle pass when Warzone dropped. So I honestly have no issue with the battle pass. I think it's better because back in the day, Call of Duty would drop DLC packs, and the DLC packs costed more. You do the math, the DLC packs, you end up paying more than you would for a battle pass. So I would actually take the battle pass over the DLC packs. But the thing with that is, with the battle pass, it's like it encourages them to drop less content. It encourages them to come out with less content day one release. It encourages them to be more lazy. So I don't know, you gotta pick the pros and cons, pick and choose with that. But me personally, I choose the battle pass over the old school DLC packs. So lo and behold, with more content dropping, more weapon balancing, Cold War actually came out a decent game at the end of its lifestyle. It came out a good game. And the thing is, Cold War could have been a good game day one if they just released it finished. If they release the Cold War that we have right now today, as in 2024, if they release this game day one, I wonder what people would have said about it then. You know what I mean? It's just the issue with today's gaming, dropping games unfinished and thinking we're gonna fix it later, and dropping games with no content thinking we're gonna add it later. I mean, that's a big issue. Cyberpunk 2077 had that same issue, and it dropped, I believe, the same day or right around when Cold War dropped as well. Me personally, I love Cold War. I love that game. I played it from day one release. I mean, I was sticking through that game the whole entire life cycle. I mean, it was a battle for sure, but I played competitively on Cold War. I was playing in tournaments back then with streamers. I was really heavy in the community when Cold War was out. So honestly, my review on Cold War was, it just came out unfinished and with no content. That's literally it. If it would have just dropped finished, unrushed, had all the content when it came out, it would have been a great game day one release, in my opinion. The cons are zombies. The zombies community literally got no love. We were starved. You know what I mean? We got nothing. We got 4 maps for the whole entire year? That's crazy. At least give us 6. You know what I mean? And the campaign was actually solid too. The campaign was really good too. I went back and I played it. The campaign was really good. I really enjoyed Cold War's campaign. That's probably the best campaign I've played since maybe about Black Ops 2, I would say. And I've played Modern Warfare 2019's campaign. I honestly think it's a little overrated. But yeah, I've played it, and I mean, I've missed a lot of campaigns. I've missed Infinite Warfare's campaign, World War II's campaign, etc. I'm just talking from my personal experience. And that's my review on Cold War. I mean, like I said, I love the game. It's the closest you can get to what an old school Call of Duty feels like. It's like the newest Call of Duty that you can get that feels closest to how Call of Duty used to be played. And you can actually play Cold War now and have a decent, enjoyable experience because, I mean, the game is finished now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, depends on how much Cold War is going for right now. If Cold War is going for like maybe $40 or $30, $20, I would honestly suggest buying it. You know what I'm saying? It's not, if you want to get that old school Call of Duty feeling like Black Ops 1 and you never played Cold War, you know, I would suggest buying it, honestly. You know, because what's the Call of Duties that came out since Cold War? Well, we got Vanguard. That was trash. Modern Warfare 2, it was okay. It was all right at best. This Modern Warfare 3, I mean, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really nothing to say about it, really. So we just gotta wait till Black Ops 6 come out. But my review on Cold War, man, the game just came out with too many bugs, unfinished, poor weapon balancing, no content, and that's what led to it being a piece of shit when it came out. When it first came out, that's what led to it being a piece of shit. But throughout the time, they finished the game, they balanced things out, they fixed bugs, they fixed the crashes, and it got more content, it's more variety. So the game is actually enjoyable now. But I love Cold War. It's one of my favorite recent Call of Duties. Well, it's not even recent anymore, honestly, but Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War, them were my last two favorite Call of Duties. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think. Did y'all enjoy Cold War when it came out? What were you thinking about it when it came out? Do you enjoy it now? Have you played it now? Let me know what y'all think, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I got more coming on the way. I hope y'all enjoyed the gameplay, because I was going crazy. Yeah, y'all see me going crazy. I know y'all do. But, let me know in the comment section, man. Like the video and all that. I love y'all boys. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Oh, I love y'all girls too, because y'all be watching. I see y'all. But yeah, peace out.